Hello and welcome to our introductory video of discussing Propellor, how to make your business reach its full potential. This is an introductory video just to explain why we started Propellor, what we hope to achieve by it, and just give you an introduction into some of the innovations and special features which we've built, which we hope will help business owners build their businesses, build their teams to achieve their full potential. There are 5.4 million businesses in the UK, and over 93% are small and medium enterprises, which means they employ less than 250 people. 50% of these businesses will fail within the first 5 years. Only 4% of all businesses will reach a million turnover, and out of those, only 10% of those, so 0.4%, will ever reach 10 million turnover. So small businesses stay small, and our quest with Propeller is to help businesses grow so they can achieve their full potential. Many business owners will start their business hoping to achieve great things, but so few of them actually manage to do so. There was a study in the Telegraph where they asked business owners whose businesses had failed why they thought they had failed. And roughly speaking, about half of the reasons they were blaming the government, and half of the other reasons it was just they didn't manage cash properly, or it was too expensive for them to run their business. When you ask successful businesses why their businesses are successful, the answers are quite different. And we got them down to about 6 ingredients, if you like, of how a business can grow and be successful. So first of all, you need to have a great product or service. You've spoken to customers or potential customers, and they have told you that that's exactly what they're looking for. You've then made it unique, so you've given it a unique proposition, differentiating it in the market, so it has a special ingredient, or it has a special sauce, or it has a special approach that helps that target market understand exactly where you stand in the marketplace and how you're different. Thirdly, your marketing is able to communicate that USP in a way that's suitable to your market. So it's compelling, it's easy to understand, and people know exactly what you're offering, and it's speaking to them in their language. Fourthly, your leadership team is able to maximize your resources and create an effective team of employees who basically can perform much better together than they can by themselves. So often we see with small business owners that they are running the whole business and in many ways just paying people to watch them work. They can't get the right team, or they can't get their team to do the right things. And this is really central to what Propeller is offering to our marketplace. Fifthly, you've systemized your delivery of the product, so you've made sure that you can leverage the abilities or the features of your product, so it maximizes the return on the effort needed to produce it. So basically, you can systemize it so you can involve more team members in helping to create or process or deliver the service and product that you've created. And finally, that your product and service is profitable. That's not just profitable in the short term, so you can just bide your way to the next VAT quarter or the next tax return simply because you're only just making a profit. You have to make more of a profit, and in ways maximize the resources you've got, get to have a large amount of leverage, and therefore create a sustainable business. So there are our 6 ingredients, and where Propeller hopes to fit. This model hopes to show where Propeller can fit in and how it can help you scale your business by managing innovation, marketing, and people in a much better way. There was some research done that showed that if you want to achieve your goals, you need to basically do 3 things. That's simply to write them down so you know what they are, then to share them with the world or share them with somebody who will help you achieve them or want to help you achieve them, and thirdly, to track and measure the results so you know what progress you've made and you know whether they've achieved them. So this is what Propeller hopes to achieve. So you and your leadership skill set are creating the innovation, creating marketing, and helping people. You then create a process which basically puts all of those things together, and then in Propeller steps in and helps you manage those tasks, share them with your team, or collaborate with clients and track and measure the results. So this is Propeller. And as you can see, it looks very much like perhaps a Facebook for business. I'm looking on my left-hand side of the screen and I can see what tasks I need to achieve today. And on the right-hand side, it's giving me an activity feed of what tasks my team's been doing and what they've been achieving today in that way. One of the little innovations I wanted to show was basically how easy it is to delegate a task or to add a new task to your list. So a typical scenario might be that you've received a message for someone in your small team and you need just to ask them to give you a call back. So if I just turn around and say give Pam a call back regarding appointment, and I want to delegate it to somebody, I use the @ sign the same as in Twitter, and I can start typing Andy, and then I'm delegating it basically to myself just for this demo. The next thing I might do is use for a name of a company. So I'll use a hashtag, and I know that my client is iBusiness Coach, and so I can quite easily add that. The third little innovation we've added is that I could say, well, okay, today is Monday, so I want to make that call on Wednesday, and I can basically type Wednesday. It's corrected me, and it's also added in the date. I can also use these processes that we've created, so you can create a process where you can add a bunch of tasks simply by just selecting one of those. So if it was a follow-up, then within our team, a follow-up has a series of deadlines or KPIs which are attracted to that particular task, so we can measure it and over time then improve it. And then I can just say, well, it's a call, and then I post that to the system, and it will go and add in. If you look on here, it shows me that I've added it into our activity feed. So that's one idea that we have implemented within Propeller, just to help it make it very easy to add these things to your to-do lists and to also delegate them very quickly as well. So we've seen already the dashboard effectively for Propeller, which shows on the left hand side. We can show that we're looking at the task list that you might have to achieve today, and we're also on the right hand side looking at activity feed. If you look down the menu on the left hand side, we have things like projects and promises and teams and organizations. We decided very early on with Propeller that we were going to use promises rather than tasks, simply because it's a bit more emotive. It actually in many ways will point out the fact that as a company or as a team, you make promises to your external clients or your stakeholders that you're going to achieve certain things within a certain time frame. So using the term promises rather than tasks helps people understand that yes, it's a promise and it needs to be done. But also as a team, if one of your members of your team is away, then it doesn't mean that that task just stays with that person who can't achieve it today. So it can be done by the rest of the team. Looking at projects, where we can manage projects and we can look at how far them projects are progressing and whether they're active or not. It's very easy just to find out projects and manage them within your teams, and also include clients as well if you want to invite clients to collaborate and understand what's going on in the project. Looking at a project screen in itself, we've got spaces for discussion, we can add documents, we can upload, we can do all the things that you might possibly want to do within a project, and then manage it accordingly. Looking at teams, we can have more than one team. Even with a small team of 5 or 6 people, you might find that you have a need to separate those into sales or marketing or service or innovation, something like that. And people can be members of multiple teams at the same time. So the teams is a good way of being able to categorize a lot of work that gets done within your organization, and helps you and helps your team achieve more and be focused on the right things at the right time. So here's a team screen. You can see that there's a bunch of outstanding promises that need to be done with the team, and also an activity the same as before. It's very easy then for a team member just to go simply to that screen and look at what needs to be done by the team, not just the stuff that needs to be done by themselves, but also what is required of the team to help achieve what you need to achieve. We have a space for organizations, so you can add your own clients and your own organizations to Propeller, and also monitor how much promises have been done on time, how many promises are overdue, and it helps understand how your organizations or how your clients are integrating with Propeller. And here you can see a profile screen of an organization. Again, it shows me any outstanding promises that we're using for that organization or are outstanding for that organization, and also how we've performed over the last 12 months in terms of our KPIs. Have we done things on time or have we done things late? And that's quite nice if you want to monitor customer service or client service and want to be able to measure it in a way that your team can quite easily see. It's fully transparent, and nobody can hide from any result. It's just built to help you achieve more. We're looking at your team, so there's a team screen here, and we can show you how many promises they've completed, whether they've done them on time, whether they're late, and in percentages as well. This is great if you're looking at a team and wanted to see who's performing, who's not performing, perhaps who needs some more help. And be able to have a friendly competition, in fact, just to turn around and say on a thing, who's the employee of the month, who's been achieving more stuff on time. Looking at an individual profile screen, you can see their activity feed. We can also see how many promises they've completed, what's active, what's been assigned to them, and how many things have been done late. So this is great, again, because it's fully transparent. Your team can see all of this, and the idea is that you can encourage everybody to help each other come along and do more work. And this is a KPI dashboard, as I mentioned earlier, with what we called flows. Here's a flow with a problem at the top, and so there's 84 problems created. 60% of them have been on time. It takes 5 average days to complete, and 69 days has been the longest time it was to complete one. So you can go and drill down and look into these flows. And as I said, this flow could include, in this instance, reporting of the problem, then resolution of the problem, perhaps following up with the client to make sure it's been resolved, and perhaps some other internal quality checking. That could be 4 or 5 tasks done by 2 or 3 people in your team, but just being able to label it as a flow means that you'd be able to do more, be able to easily measure and easily reduce and increase the quality and the performance of your team. And then lastly, we have a team KPI dashboard. These are all green basically because it all means it's good news. This means that the achievements within the teams are keeping improving. So we're looking at the KPIs or the promises that we've set. So how many promises have been completed, whether they've been done on time, how much has been done early, and a whole bunch of other KPIs that we're building into Propeller to help a business owner easily understand exactly where their customer service issues might be